So he called me. He said he was there. So I'm like, all right, I'll be there in a minute. So I get there, and let me tell you the second red flag. So when we, how the restaurant was, you had to pull in, you had to make a right. And when you made the right, it's like the back of the restaurant in the gravel, not even on the up there where you would park. It's like with the employees park. Now he has a small ass Mini Cooper, right? He has his Mini Cooper sitting in the back of the restaurant, back then between two big ass fucking trucks. Not at the front door, and there are plenty of parking spaces. And I'm like, well, maybe it won't none when he got here, but yeah, okay, no. I said, that was a red flag to me. And he backed it in like he was high. That was the second red flag. So I'm like, all right, so I pull up to the front, get out, go in there, and he meet me at the door. He opened the door or whatever. So we sit down, and I'm like, you know what? I had already ate, so I was like, you know what? I ain't really hungry. So he was just trying to tell me like, well, still talking about getting this van and shit. That's what's on his mind. Like, he is very determined. And I thought the nigga gonna say he ain't got no money to buy me nothing to eat. And I was fine because I ain't want nothing to eat no way. And that was gonna be the third red flag. But I ain't want him to buy me nothing because I already ate. So he was like, let me tell you something. I said, oh, so you gotta go. And he was like, no. He said, I'm waiting on a guy to call me about, whatever he got going on. And so I was like, all right, well, I already ate. And he was like, man, how you gonna eat? And you knew we was gonna eat lunch or whatever. I said, cause what? I told him, I said, what had happened was I got done with work a little early, so I just went ahead and got me something to eat. So he was like, cool. And then I was like, nah, I'm good. He said, no, you gotta let me buy you something, like something, a drink or something. So I said, cool. So I got like a blueberry muffin and a water. And he was like, all right. So we sit down, start chopping it up. And we just talking, but it ain't even we, because he's controlling most of the conversation because he's running his mouth so much. I can't even get a word in, and he's just saying, he keeps saying, you ain't got no knife, dude. You ain't got no blade. You ain't got no blade. Like, and after the third time he said it, I said, why do you keep asking me if I got a blade? So he proceeds to tell me about how we got on the wife or husband subject. I said something like, or he said something like, I've been married for 18 years. And I said, okay. He said, I was married for 18 years, or I've been married for 18 years. And I said, well, my ex-husband, and yada, yada, yada. I said, but then he said, yeah, my wife, and he was talking to me about his wife. I said, hold on, pump your brakes. Wait a minute. I want to make sure that I'm understanding you. Because I don't like no gray area. I like the black and the white. So I want to make sure I'm understanding you. I said, you said your wife. He said, yeah, I've been left the marriage a long time ago. He said, we done broke up, this, that, and the third. I said, so you saying you were married for 18 years? He said, no, I am married, but I've been left the marriage. I said, so again, I just want to make sure that I'm hearing you correctly and that we on the same page. I said, so when did you and your wife separate? He say, oh, no, we ain't separated. He said, well, mentally I'm gone. I said, nah, bro, we not doing that. I said, so you sitting here telling me that you sitting your ass right here in front of me, talking to me, getting my number, trying to talk to me. He talking about, no, I ain't mean like that. We are friends. You the one talking about getting together. And I never said I want to get. I said, no. We gonna call a spade, bro. Let me tell you something. You are a married fucking man. You know the fucking rules. You went and you took them vows and you said what you gonna say to your wife. Oh, no, I ain't take no vow. Yes, the fuck you did. You sound stupid. You stood in front of God and said that, right? You put that ring on that woman's finger. You made that vow. You've been married for 18 years, right? He said, well, we've been together. We've been married 18 years, but mentally I checked out in 2014. I said, you sound crazy. I said, you could turn it and twist it however the fuck you want to. He talking about, no. Let me tell you, I got a friend. And she done told me I could come to the house, I could smoke with her, I could drink with her. He said, I could chill with her. She told me that you would never see, taste, or